The White House has rolled out their national policy framework for AI directly to Congress to advise them on what they should be working on. And it's 4 pages, which I can't decide is if it's incredibly efficient or this should have been 400 pages. But for the interest of TikTok or Reels or wherever you're watching this, YouTube Shorts, there is a framework for creators. I thought that's kind of interesting. It is bullet point 3. You can pause and blow this up if you want to, because it's very hard to read, but I will read it to you. So bullet point number 3, American creators, publishers, and innovators should be protected from AI-generated outputs that infringe on their protected content. Now, if you remember what we talked about this week with Gemini learning off of YouTube, this is interesting. Without undermining lawful innovation and free expression. The 4 bullet points are this. Although the first one's interesting. Although the administration believes that training AI models on copyrighted material does not violate copyright law, it acknowledges the arguments to the contrary exist and therefore supports allowing courts to resolve the issue. Similarly, Congress should not take any actions that would impact the judiciary's resolution whether training on copyrighted material constitutes fair use. Super interesting. Congress should consider enabling licensing frameworks or collective rights systems for right holders. Pay attention if you make stuff. For rights holders to collectively negotiate compensation from AI providers without incurring an antitrust liability, right? They don't want an antitrust mess. Any such legislation, however, should not address when or whether such licensing is required. So just that it exists. Congress should consider establishing a federal framework protecting individuals from unauthorized distribution or commercial use. This is an entire piece about deepfakes. I love this. And then Congress should continue to carefully monitor monitor the development of copyright precedents and enforcement in the courts and evaluate whether, due to novel AI considerations, so one-off considerations, or additional action beyond the proposed law, is needed to fill potential gaps or provide additional protections for content creators. This is an interesting 4-page read if you do anything in the creative space and are worried about AI or use AI.